when my Lakers do win the championship this year, who do you think will be the Finals MVP?
First of all, you ain't going to be a Finals MVP because I'm not predicting you're going to win. I think you're going to lose to Brooklyn. Secondly, if it's an MVP, you can predict it'll probably be LeBron James because he's going to be the guy that stirs the cup. You know what? He's going to be exploiting mismatches. He's going to be putting up his points. He's going to be getting the ball to Anthony Davis along with Russell Westbrook. And he's the one person that Russell Westbrook just may defer to as well. The Los Angeles Lakers, I believe, are coming out of the West. They're going to the finals. But Brooklyn is so prolific offensively and they're efficient from the free throw line with KD, Harden, and Kyrie that I've got them as my favorite to win it all. If the Lakers pulled off that and won the championship, I think LeBron James wins NBA Finals MVP. But again, I'm not picking them to win the championship. I am picking them to win the West. And guess what? Either way it goes, it doesn't matter to me. As long as it's Brooklyn and LA in the finals, I win. The only thing that would be better than that is LA, Miami. And that's for purposes other than basketball. But that's not what we talk about here. We talk about basketball. That would be LA, that would be Brooklyn. And I'm a native New Yorker. And by the way, I love LA.
Kevin Durant, best player in the world. Let's just call it what it is, man. Let's just call it what it is. Don't lean back, lean up, big fella. Don't be disrespectful. Even though you're a big boy, you still young, okay? You still young. Be respectful to your elders, Kendrick Perkins. You be respectful to your elders. Kevin Durant, we're really asking this question. The brother that averaged 28 and 7 on 53% shooting from the field, 45% shooting from three-point range. That dude who went to the playoffs and basically registered the same exact numbers from the field, from three-point range, and averaged nearly 27. This is that dude that was dancing on Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is the dude you're talking about here? Listen, I got no problem with Giannis being number 2 at this particular moment in time, even though me personally, I think LeBron should be right there. But nevertheless, considering the fact that LeBron went home in the first round due to limited health, no doubt, the bottom line is the dominance that Giannis Antetokounmpo has shown in terms of his numbers, efficiency from the field. Don't get me started with the shooting, though. I respect the hell out of Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's a reigning defending champion. Mad respect to him. I would put Steph Curry above Luka Doncic. Let me be very clear about that. I'd put Damian Lillard a little bit higher, even higher than Joel Embiid. I'll give you that. But when we talk about Kevin Durant and what this brother is able to do offensively, we know that he defends on the perimeter. We know what he can do in that regard. But offensively, it's not even close. Giannis Antetokounmpo is just not on the level that Kevin Durant is under. I don't see how anybody can dispute that, although I'm sure some people will try. The floor is yours, KP.
You know what? You see what? You know what I don't understand is this, right? The same people that do the ESPN rankings, about 75 or 80% of them have a say or have a vote in the MVP voting and Defensive Player of the Year vote.
Okay, I did
it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but you're agreeing with them right now. You're agreeing with them right now.
Yes.
And last year when you disagreed with a list, you said that all of them need to be drug tested. And I'm pretty sure I'm putting you in that category right now as well. Because here's the simple fact. And you talk about a guy, right? One of Giannis' biggest critics and myself. Some may call me a hater, and I get that, right? Because I probably was, downplaying Giannis, saying the Batman, Robin, the Superman comparison. But here are the facts, okay?
Okay.
2-time MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same year that joined the company of Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon, okay? And then what was the knock on Giannis? That he didn't complete the mission. But now that he have completed the mission, and not only completed, he dominated. Being down 0-2, coming back winning 4 straight, averaging 35, 13, 6 assists, along with 1.5 blocks per game in the finals. And let's not talk about game 6, 50, 15, and 5. And then look, this is why I want to say this. I talked to 6 general managers, okay? I called them to make sure I wasn't tripping. I said, if you were starting a franchise today, who would you take? each one of them said Giannis Antetokounmpo. So what that goes to show me is that we have to deal with this brother for the next 10 years. 6 of those years, he's going to dominate the league and be the most dominant player, which might put him in the category of being the best player in the league over the next 5 or 6 years. The last 4 of those years on the back end, he's going to have a really good 4 years. So we have 10 years of dealing with Giannis Antetokounmpo, a guy that possibly could win the MVP every single year. We don't get bored with the process.
Okay.
So right now, after Giannis won the championship along with the Finals MVP, I think it's only fair to start the season off with him number 1.
Well, first of all, we ain't going about fairness. Fair is a place where they judge pigs. It doesn't exist, okay? Let's get that out the way right now. We ain't going with that. That's number 1. Number 2, don't talk to me like I had the brother at number 5 or 6 or something, okay? I got no problem with him at number 2, all right? Why am I talking about number 1? First of all, let's call it what it is. We got to give respect where it's due. It's not a fraudulent championship. We ain't trying to imply that. Please don't get me wrong. But if Kyrie Irving don't get hurt, ain't none of us believe in that Milwaukee winning that series. We believe that Milwaukee goes down. All right. I will remind you, in the previous game before Kyrie went down, or I think it was a couple of games before, they were down. Milwaukee was down by 49. Okay, what about 49? With James Harden hobbled, and Kyrie and KD were putting on that kind of show. Let me finish. We got a situation where basketball-wise, we're talking this, and I know I'm talking to a champion, so ain't nobody right. And by the way, I come to your defense totally because you're not a hater. You just calling it like you see it. Don't worry about them damn fools. They're going to talk about you because you making noise in the right way, and that's what it is, all right? But that don't make you right in this particular situation. KD offensively has no limitations. Giannis was very limited. Now, you can bring up the finals numbers. I can bring up the fact that all you were going against was DeAndre Ayton. Dario Saric wasn't a matchup, and he got hurt, and he was out. So Frank Kaminsky was backing up DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton got to worry about foul trouble, had no help on the interior. Giannis Antetokounmpo was a big boy, put forth big boy rules and just muscling them and doing what he's supposed to do. Mad respect. But his perimeter game is limited. It's not even in the same stratosphere as Kevin Durant. And I don't know what GMs you spoke to, and I'm not doubting that you spoke to 6 of them, but they were 6 different GMs than who the hell I spoke to. Because I didn't speak to no damn GM that said they would take Giannis over Kevin Durant. Oh, hell no. Hell no.
You know what? I'm so glad that you brought up the Jokic. I'm so glad that you brought up DeAndre Ayton and what Giannis did to him. Because when did DeAndre Ayton put the world on notice? I'm going to tell you when he put the world on notice. When they had to go against the Denver Nuggets, okay, and he held his own, and some would say with the eye test, he outplayed Jokic, okay, the MVP of the league. Now, when he got to Giannis, you and I both